Welcome guys to the Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's stream we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin marching its way up to 74k possibly. I know some people are interested in shorting Bitcoin. I'll take a look at that idea to see if that seems like a good idea. I know some people in my Discord are interested in shorting it right now. We'll take a look at that as well as a possibility here. But yeah, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin marching its way up to 74k, and the only reason is because we did see Bitcoin at 74k last Wednesday, so it's like $4,000 away from where it was a week ago. But could we climb up there and actually punch through? We're gonna take a look at the momentum indicators to figure out if Bitcoin's gonna actually go past that 74k level. See if we have the momentum to do it, or will we probably look for a rejection at the 74k level here? Okay. And then I'll take a look at your altcoins. If you guys have any particular altcoins you want me to take a look at, go ahead and shoot away in the chat here. Let me know what altcoins you want me to take a look at. And then we'll probably take a look at the price of oil, because that's seems to be the hot commodity to be talking about these days with what's going on in the Middle East and how that's affecting the oil markets. We'll take a look at that as well at some point here. But let's get started. First, we take a look at Bitcoin, and then we'll start looking at your requests. Bitcoin, currently at $70,400 here. We're trying to see if we can march our way back up to 74k, which is what it was at last Wednesday here. Do we have the momentum to march our way back up there? Let's take a look at the momentum indicator. We're going to look at the MEXC indicator here, and you'll see that here on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. The blue line is heading on upwards, and it's almost parallel to this orange signal line. We look like we're able to actually go up to higher prices here, because the buying pressure, although it was dying off here this weekend, it started increasing here on Tuesday, and then here on Wednesday it's increasing as well. It's not a strong, buying pressure candle, right? Not as strong as you saw like probably back here in like January, okay? But the buying pressure is still there. People are still buying Bitcoin. I know it's frustrating the crap out of the shorts and the bears out there, but hey, I mean, there's no guarantee that we're actually going to go back down to lower prices here. We got to take a look at the charts. That's why we look at the charts every day to see what's going on, and it looks like Bitcoin does want to go up to higher prices here, at least according to the momentum indicator, the MEXC indicator on the daily time frame. I am a momentum trader. I do like looking at the momentum indicators here to figure out what the trend might be, and I think the trend is upward and higher for Bitcoin. I just don't know when it's going to come to an end. However, I can still look at my MEXC indicator here to figure out when it might come to an end. And usually we get an ending when we start seeing the blue line start curving down. And then when that blue line curves down and crosses the orange signal line to the downside, that's when you'll see selling pressure showing up, and you're not seeing that right now here on Bitcoin. I think the first warning sign would be if this blue line starts curving downward, and we haven't seen that yet here. So I think Bitcoin could continue going up to higher prices until we start seeing something different showing up here on the charts. And right now I'm not seeing anything different, so I see that Bitcoin could continue up. It's a little bit slow crawl, but I still think we can head up to 74k here. All right. Now, looking at the other momentum indicator, and this is the money flow or market cipher B indicator here. Okay, you can see that money flow is still in the negative, and it's been in the negative since the end of January. We had green money flow here, and now we're in like red or magenta, which means the money flow is still negative. However, the money flow recently has been steadily climbing up here, and if we steadily keep on climbing up, you will see money flow go in the green, and you will see Bitcoin go to higher prices here. Now, as we're steadily climbing up and trying to get up back towards like money flow in the green here, it still could cause Bitcoin to climb up to like 74k like we saw last week. And if money flow does go into the green like we saw in January, then I think we might be talking about Bitcoin going up into like 80k. Who knows? Maybe even revisit 90k, depending upon how strong money flow is going into Bitcoin. But yeah, I think shorting Bitcoin right now is a little bit premature. Doesn't hurt to try, but I mean, if you were short, like I would probably look for the highs of the day. Right now, the high for the day that we saw for Bitcoin was at 71,300. I would wait until we get to 71,300 to try and initiate a short and put the stop loss relatively tight. Maybe put it at 72K. And if we go to 72K, then guess what? You're wrong for shorting Bitcoin. You're just going to have to try again. Now, I think it might make better sense to wait until we get to like 73 or 74K to short, because look at this. If we were to short Bitcoin right now, right? I mean, where would you put your stop loss? If you were to short Bitcoin right now, you probably put your stop loss at like 71,300, which is the high for today. You're risking about 1.3%. You know, depending on how much leverage you're using. You know, if you're using like 100x leverage, you're gonna get stopped out. You're gonna get stopped out and liquidated if we see Bitcoin go up to like 71,300. All right, I wouldn't really be using too much leverage on Bitcoin right now. Maybe like 40 or 50K is where I normally play at. But I'm more interested in shorting Bitcoin also when we get up to like higher prices. Like if we bring this up to like 73K, right? Let's see what we do here. 73K, and we put the stop loss at like 74,000. What was it? 74,100. So maybe like 74,000. Yeah, 100. You know, your stop loss is going to be about 1.6%. And then where would you take profit? I would probably take profit coming back down to the support level here at 67K. Okay? And you got a risk-reward ratio of 4.8 on that. Okay? So I would try to look for you know, shorts. Keep the stop loss relatively tight. You know, I would try to short at 73K, put the stop loss at 74,100 as a potential short. You know, an idea here for shorting Bitcoin. Right now, 70,500. I know some of you think we might be heading to lower prices here. You want to catch your short right now. You could try to build a small position right now, and then maybe add to the short when we get up to 73K. But yeah, I'd be looking for like 73K or 74K to try to enter a short if that's what you're inclined to do here. All right, let's look at see what you guys saying here in the chat. I see Duality C's in the chat. I see Edible Zombies in the chat, and I also see Kevin Hawthorne saying good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well, Kevin Hawthorne. I'm trying to have a better afternoon. I am still sick. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm a little bit nasally. I have like a lack of energy, and I might only do a 1 hour live stream depending upon how much energy I got here. But if I get some requests, I'll try to make it, you know, as long as I possibly can. As you know, for the live stream, maybe I'll go like an hour and a half, 2 hours if you guys keep me busy here. But it also depends on my energy. And I see Edible Zombies wants to take a look at XRP. And then Edible Zombies says F Beta Coin, FBit. What is that? Is that a new cryptocurrency? If it is a new cryptocurrency and that's a request, let me know. Gotta grab my gotta get tissue here. Yeah, I'm still sick, guys. I have like runny nose. I've been coughing and sneezing, and I've been very tired. It hit me really bad yesterday, and it also kind of hit me bad today. But I got like a little bit of a man flu going on here, so just bear with me. I'm trying my best here for you guys. All right, and let's see. We got some more requests here from TikTok. I do got a TikTok live stream. That's why you see my phone right here, guys, for my YouTube guys. And my TikTok guys are saying some things here for requests. So we got to take a look at XRP as one request here. And then we have Viking wants to look at Cardano. Okay. And then, let's see. Yep, we got XRP, Cardano. And then another guy wants to take a look at Ethereum. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at those. Those are some of the top high market cap crypto coins right there. I'm a little curious if anybody has any other altcoin they want to take a look at that's not a high market cap cryptocurrency, but we can take a look at those for now. And let's see. Thank you for sending me the heart me there, Papa Carlos. I think I'm saying your name right. And thank you, Boksap, for following me here on TikTok. Carlos 123 says, "Do I think Bitcoin will go to 73K?" I think it's on its way there until money flow starts dying off and we start seeing something different here on the charts. But I think Bitcoin does want to march its way up to like 73, 74K here. Ogoloff says 76 is incoming, and then you think Bitcoin can get up to 85K. Yeah, so that's an idea here. Let me just before I start looking at the altcoins here. I do have marked on the chart here 84,500 and 87K. 87,500 was previous support and resistance areas that we saw acting as support. You know, 84K was acting as support back here in December and January of earlier this year. And then 87K was where we were kind of trading out sideways for the most part back here in December. So that's going to be areas to look for to the upside if Bitcoin becomes overly bullish for whatever reason. Another idea here is Bitcoin could get rejected off the 50-day moving average, this green line, and that's sitting at 81,500. So we shall see. We shall see. Maybe we can revisit the 80Ks here for Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin has the momentum to do it. It's just not very strong and vigorous momentum. So I'm just not sure if we're going to be able to get up to 87K. But I think, you know, short-term targets, 73, 74K is where we could take Bitcoin and then maybe look for a short there. But if you get stopped out, if you get, you know, if your short doesn't play out, just know that, hey, we might actually be going to 80K instead. So, you know, don't try to revenge trade by, you know, entering your short again and then getting stopped out again, you know, as we climb up to like 78, 79, 80K. Because other areas to look for is that if 74K doesn't act as a rejection, then we're going to look for like 81K, and then we're going to look for 84K as other areas to possibly short Bitcoin, and maybe look for a lower high somewhere in that area. All right, let's move on from Bitcoin. We'll take a look at XRP and then Ethereum and Cardano. All right, so where's my XRP? I could have sworn I had it here. I gotta type it in here. I kind of messed around with my watch list the other day. Well, let's look at XRP. Ripple. Currently trading at $1.39. Kind of going sideways, just being really boring in my opinion here. You've been range bound on Ripple, anywhere between like $1.27 to like $1.49 seems to be the range for XRP. I have some previous chart work here. Let me get rid of that. But XRP was in a distinct channel for like the longest time here, all throughout the middle to end of January, all the way through February here. And then we just decided to get out of this ascending channel by just going sideways. So that's, you know, the beginning of something good. But we want to see even better for XRP, right? You are flirting with getting above the 21 EMA. This 21 EMA is acting as like a bully, pushing you back down and preventing you from going to higher prices here. If we could actually get above the 21 EMA at $1.38, so we're kind of like right there right now. $1.39 is slightly above this 21 EMA, but if we get above the 21 EMA, that's going to at least fire up the algorithms out there that, you know, that we're above the 21 EMA, that we can use it as support instead of resistance, and actually climb up to maybe this 50-day moving average sitting at $1.75. I think that would be my next target for XRP is $1.75. We'll see how we handle ourselves when we get up to that 50-day moving average, because the 50-day moving average has acted as resistance back in January for XRP. We saw, you know, this green line here, this 50-day simple moving average. We got up to it for like a day or two, stayed above it for like one day, and then we lost it here on January 7th. And then we tried to like almost retest it here on January 13th, and then we lost it. So I think this 50-day moving average could act as a problem again for XRP. So if you're looking for targets to the upside for XRP, I would look for $1.75 at this point for XRP for the upside target. You also got a previous kilowick high. I feel bad for whoever bought here on February 15th. They bought XRP at $1.67, and yeah, you know, since then they've been underwater on their XRP trade or investment here. So whoever bought here, they might be interested in selling. So if we get XRP up to like $1.67, that could act as a resistance initially before we go up to higher prices on XRP. So I'd be looking for $1.67 to like $1.75 to take profit on XRP. All right, we got DZ's in the chat. Good to see you, DZ. DZ says VVV and Dog Me. You got all the requests there, DZ. DZ, I am sick with the man flu right now. I don't know if you hear my voice. I don't really want to have to blow my nose here on the screen. That'd be feel bad for you guys hearing that. But yeah, I am sick, so I would do 3 requests from you if this was like a normal day for me. But I'm not having a normal day. I'm pretty sick right now, so I'll do maybe 1 or 2 requests. You gotta pick which one of those 3 you want me to look at. Stop it, DZ. You're funny. Latino flu. Yeah, Spanish flu, right? I got the Spanish flu. But yeah, we'll take a look at. Give me 1 or 2 of your requests that you want me to look at, and I'll put that down here. And then let's see. We also got Batty Ghost in the chat here. Batty Ghost says XRP will be a buy after 48K for a flip. So you're waiting for Bitcoin to go down to 48K before you would start buying XRP. Is that what you're saying here, Batty Ghost? That's what it sounds like what you're saying here. And then DZ says he wants to look at VVV and DogB. Alright, so I got you on that. We'll take a look at VVV at some point, and then we'll take a look at DogB. Alright. And what is in the chat here? He wants to take a look at River. Alright, so we'll take a look at River at some point here. And Ed9GR says, which altcoin would I buy right now? And Alexander Heaven says thoughts on Warcoin. I think they recently came out with a new coin called Warcoin, so we'll take a look at that one because that's very interesting. I think someone made a meme coin called Warcoin. And we got Steven in the chat. Oh my god, you guys are keeping me busy here. I appreciate that because yesterday's live stream was kind of like lackluster. I think I messed up the sound on my TikTok because I had my headphones still plugged into my phone, so my TikTok live streamers were like, what the hell, the sound's off. And I thought, well, they didn't say the sound was off, they said something was wrong with the music, and I was like, oh, what's wrong with the music? Not knowing that there was something wrong with the entire sound altogether. So I think that kind of like messed up the stream a little bit, but I got that fixed for today. And yeah, if we ever have like sound issues, guys, let me know if there is sound issues. Because I had a guy tell me yesterday the music was terrible, and I was like, oh, I thought you liked house music. I didn't know that you didn't like house music, and no, it was actually the sound was off, but he said music, so I was like, ah. Anyways, we got that fixed for today. Sandjog says RDDT, and then we got another guy saying Plume. Oh my god, I got so many requests. If I got the energy to do this, I'll try to do all these coins here. But I think I got a lot of work to do here. We're just starting off with XRP. We got Cardano and Ethereum next, and then we got VVV. So let me get to work here, guys. Looking at these altcoins here. I did put that this was going to be an altcoin stream, and you guys are certainly requesting those altcoins here for now. All right, so XRP. Let me just finish up on the analysis for XRP. XRP just going flat. I don't think we'll see XRP go up to higher prices unless Bitcoin starts heading past 74K and getting up into 80K. If Bitcoin actually starts crashing on us, I think levels to the downside, we gotta look for the $1.11 level, 111, which is what we saw back here on Friday, February 6th here. That's the level to the downside that we could revisit here for XRP. Okay. And I think $1.11 was the previous level that we were trading at back here in November of 2024. So this is your support. These are the people that are helping you, preventing you from going down and dropping like a rock here at XRP. So $1.11 is your downside target for now for XRP. All right, moving on from XRP, let's take a look at Cardano, ADA. Alright, Cardano, currently trading at 26 cents. I still will use the moving averages as a guidance to like what the upside targets might be for Cardano. Okay, right now Cardano is below the 21 EMA at 27 cents is where that 21 EMA is at. Get above that, and maybe we can make a case for going up to the 50-day moving average. That 50-day moving average is sitting at 34 cents. is also confluent with what you were doing here back here on Cardano, when Cardano was trading at 34 cents in December and January earlier this year. I would be looking for 34 cents as the next target to the upside for Cardano. It really is as simple as that. Just look at those moving averages. You can see that the 50-day moving average, which is really live, we haven't actually tested that 50-day moving average. We've been having a hard time getting above the 21 EMA on Cardano. Okay, ever since we lost it here, it looks like in October. Every time we come up to it, we get rejected. Every time we come up to it, we get rejected. Come up to it. Oh, we got above it for a little bit here, and then lost it here in December. Got above it here a little bit here in January, and then lost it again. Okay, so I think this 21 EMA is still a problem for Cardano until it's no longer a problem. But if we can actually get past this 21 EMA, I'd be looking for 34 cents to the upside for Cardano. Okay, now do we got the momentum to do that? Can we go up to higher prices? Looking at the MACD indicator here, I kind of like what I'm seeing here with Cardano. Okay, I see a MACD crossover to the upside, where the blue lines try to cross the orange line to the upside. You had a little bit of selling pressure here, and now you're starting to get buying pressure. Maybe Cardano is actually going to go up to higher prices here sooner rather than later. It looks like you're starting that today. And then let's see what the money flow is looking like here. Money flow, you just got a green buy dot that came in here on Tuesday, March 10th. And money flow is still the negative. But if we could just get a little bit more money into Cardano, I think you'll start seeing higher prices, obviously. Right now, momentum, this is the momentum wave, this gray wave here, is trying to curve up here. I want to see money flow start curving up as well. You just don't have that yet, okay? But yeah, money flow has been in this negative, in this red here for Cardano ever since October. It's been pretty brutal for Cardano. You haven't seen green money flow, which would push you up to higher prices. You haven't seen that since like the beginning of October here for Cardano. Alright, so that's upside targets for Cardano is we got to go to the 21 EMA and get to 34 cents. Downside target, I mean, you got the candlewick low here February 6th, where we went down to 22 cents. I put the stop loss like right below that, maybe at like 21 cents or 22 cents. And if you get stopped out, it probably means that Cardano actually wants to go to lower prices. So yeah, that would suck, but at least you won't lose too much money if you put your stop loss right below that candlewick low. Let's see, Chong, I'm not sure how to say your name, but we have a guy here on TikTok that thinks that we're going to go to 66K on Bitcoin tomorrow. Oh, that would be brutal if we did. I think Bitcoin's at like 70K right now. That's like a 5% move down. That wouldn't be good. Why do you think Bitcoin's going to go down tomorrow? You know anything that would cause that to go down to 66K besides what's going on in the Middle East? Alright. Let's move on from Cardano. We're going to take a look at Ethereum, and then we got VVV coming up. Man, my nose is all clogged up here, guys. I am trying my best here. I am sick with the man flu. This is like one of my worst weeks of being sick. I've been sick before and I still done live streams, but this is like one of the worst days right now for me. Woo, having a hard time breathing. Alright, Ethereum currently trading at $2,070 here. Ethereum kind of looks just like XRP, just trading sideways, being range bound between like $1,800 here to highs of like $2,200. One might call this a potential bear flag, which could put you down to lower prices here. I think, you know, 1,800 is our downside target for Ethereum. If Ethereum loses $1,800, then we can probably head down to 1,650. 1,650 is a level that we were trading at sideways back here in March and April of last year. But also 1,650 was an area that we were trading at sideways back here in September and October of 2023. So that's your support zone for Ethereum if we start losing $1,800. So downside target on Ethereum is 1,800 and then 1,650. And then upside targets, I still think 2,500 is going to be a strong, very strong resistance area, because this area we were trading at sideways back here in like May and June of last year. So if we ever get up to like $2,500, these people they were gonna provide support, but then we lost $2,500. So I think this is gonna be where whoever bought at $2,500 last year, if they're not in it for the long term, they're gonna try to sell their Ethereum at break even when we get back to $2,500 here on Ethereum. So that's gonna be a strong resistance area for Ethereum to get past. But yeah, we're just hovering around there, two grand here on Ethereum. Let's see, Ethereum, are we gonna go up to higher prices here? I like the money flow. Money flow looks like it's trying to do something good here, where you see that we have negative money flow. We're in the red, okay? However, we're getting less red as we're curving back up here on the money flow. And then also you got a green buy down here that came in yesterday, Tuesday, March 10th. So I think Ethereum does want to climb up to higher prices here. I'm starting to see that with a lot of cryptocurrencies here, even with Bitcoin. It looks like these cryptos actually do want to climb up to higher prices here. Maybe we might get a relief rally towards the end of this month, where we might see higher prices here for cryptos. I feel like a lot of people are still bearish on crypto, and they're putting their stop losses and they get liquidated, and that's what's causing us to climb up to higher prices here on these cryptocurrencies. All right, moving on from Ethereum, let's take a look at the VVV. Venus token. All right, Venus token. Currently trading at 579. We did a Fibonacci analysis on this, where we saw, Venus token get as high as like $8.49 here. Looks like we're currently ping-ponging between the 0.5 retracement and the 0.618 level here. And you can see that's between $5.04 and $5.86. I think this is the levels that you're going to probably be range bound if we're going to stay in a range here for Venus token. Anywhere between $5.04 and $5.86. I would be looking for buys here at $5.04. I'd be looking to take some profit on the on whatever long you're in right now, actually, while we're testing the 618 Fibonacci level here. If we get past that 618 Fibonacci level, there's a 786 retracement. It's here at $7. That's another idea to try to take some profit on your VVV. Does VVV have the momentum to go to higher prices? Let's see on the daily time frame. MACD showing that there's selling pressure here, but recently today, selling pressure not as strong as it was yesterday. So if you see less selling pressure going into tomorrow, then maybe the lows are in and VVV wants to go to higher prices here. First thing I want to see is I want to see this blue line curve up to the upside. And once this starts doing that, I would be anticipating a MACD crossover to the upside. When the blue line crosses the orange line to the upside, you can expect higher prices there for VVV. Thank you, Alex, for following me here on TikTok. Thank you, Slide4K, for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate you guys coming into the TikTok and follow me here on TikTok. I also got a YouTube live stream if you guys want to watch the replays here on YouTube. I do have a Meet Damien YouTube. Let me see if I can pull up here real quick here. But yeah, let's see. There's my Meet Damien YouTube channel. If you guys want to watch the replays here of the live streams, if you missed me talking about your favorite coin here, you can watch the replay here on YouTube. And let's see if we get more subscribers here for my YouTube. Right now I got 606. I am trying to get up to like 1,000 because, you know, it's a nice even flat number. It's a psychological number. Hey, 1,000 subscribers. But I guess initially we should try to celebrate when we get to like 700 here. Alright, but yeah, this is the YouTube, Meet Damien YouTube. You can follow me and subscribe over there if you haven't done so already. Alright. Steven, yeah, we'll take a look at Tau. We got a bunch of coins to go through here. Right now we're looking at VVV, and then we're gonna take a look at River, and then Warcoin, and then Tau. And then we also got Flume as another request here. Whew, yeah. Alright. So, hopefully that gives you some idea here for VVV. Looking at the analysis here, I think you are trying to make a higher low here on VVV. I think this could end up being a higher low on our way up to higher prices here for VVV, but you just don't know. If we do go to low prices, I'd be looking to buy at $5. And hopefully you don't lose the 21 EMA. That 21 EMA is at $5.12. But if you lose that, then yeah, you'll probably go down to lower prices here. If you're not able to hold up above the 21 EMA here. But this is a nice, strong looking coin here. You're above all your movement averages here on VVV on the daily time frame. Alright, moving on from VVV, let's take a look at River. I believe River was like the talk of the town the last couple of months here. How's it doing now? Let's see. River currently trading at $13.90. And yeah, River was like the talk of the town back here in January. Saying, how high did he get up to? Like $88? So now you're trading at $13? Wow. Yep, sounds like an old coin to me. Levels to look for that I already highlighted on the chart was to the upside. We're going to see how we handle ourselves at $21. $21 is a problem area for River to get above. You see it, candle body closes at $21, and then also we got candle wick closes at $21 now. $21 is your upside target for River. Downside, we've been holding above $12, except for like back here towards the middle of February. We did lose the $12 level here, but I think $12 is a support level, unless it's not going to hold that support. Let's see. Moving on to momentum. What is River going to do next here, baby? Buying pressure was strong up until March 4th, but now buying pressure is coming down. If it keeps doing that, you're going to get selling pressure, right? And then you're going to see lower prices here for River. So I'll be a little bit cautious about River right now, because this thing, if it doesn't start going to higher prices sooner rather than later, you're gonna get a MACD cross with the downside. You'll start seeing selling pressure showing up here. Last time you had a MACD cross with the downside was right over here, the end of January, and then of course the selling pressure came in all throughout February here. So be careful with River. Let's see, is money flow doing anything positive here? Money flow in the negative. It has been in negative since the middle of February here, and money flow still in the negative, but it's creeping up to higher levels. So this is giving me a little bit of hope that we could see higher prices for River. I just don't like the MACD. The MACD is showing me that, you know, this thing could get a MACD cross with the downside and send you to lower prices. So you gotta pay attention to the next couple of days here for River. I think it's important for you to stay above $12. And then if you can do that, then maybe you can make a run up to $21. And I'll be taking profit along the way for River. Alright, moving on from River, we'll take a look at Warcoin. Warcoin is a meme coin that's relatively new. I started hearing about it, and I think I'm a little bit curious, when did Warcoin actually start trading on the exchanges here? Where is Warcoin? What exchange is Warcoin on? Is it just WAR USD? I want to make sure do I got the right ticker symbol here? Wow. Okay, so it looks like it's a meme coin with a stealth bomber, B2 stealth bomber as the symbol for the coin here. Looks like it's trading on Polynex and Big and Blowfin. Let's see, is there any other exchanges here? Alright, I'll take a look at it maybe on Blowfin, see how long it's been trading there. So we have Warcoin started trading around Valentine's Day earlier this year on Blowfin. And this is all I have for data. I don't have really much. I don't have many movement averages. This thing's only been around for like less than 1 month. Trading on blowfin here. I don't like the structure. You got like a letter M here. This is telling me that it wants to go down to lower prices, not higher prices here. I can't do anything with my MACD indicator here because it hasn't been around for that long. And then I can't really do anything with money flow either. It hasn't been around for that long. Maybe if I go to like the 4-hour time frame, there might be something showing up here. Yeah, if I go to the 4-hour time frame, now I got the MACD indicator here. And I got the money flow. And here on Warcoin, the money flow on the 4-hour time frame is looking pretty bad. It looks like we're gonna be seeing lower prices here for Warcoin. Warcoin is currently trading at 0.004 pennies. It's up 98% today, so it's having actually a good day today. But it needs to keep having more good days to kind of change the trend. Right now, the trend is to go to lower prices because you got the money flow. It was in the green all throughout like March, earlier this month, and now you see money flow flipping to the negative here. That's not good. You need to see higher prices to like change the direction of this money flow because money is leaving Warcoin, not coming into it. You do got a green buy dot that showed up earlier this morning, so maybe it does want to do a turnaround. But damn, let's see it. I mean, this is weird because I see a 4-hour candle. You got a very vicious red candle that came in on Tuesday. You went down 90%. Yes, what? Tuesday? Oh my god. And then, what is this? And then you jumped up, you gapped up here early this morning, and then you kind of like trading sideways. This is very weird price action. On the daily time frame, for some reason. Alright, so here on the daily, this thing dropped 92% yesterday. And then today it's up 98%. What? So yesterday it opened at 0.029 pennies. And then it closed at like 0.002 pennies. And then today it went from 0.002 pennies and now we're at 0.004 pennies. So you basically doubled your money, but damn. I don't know. I mean, you could take the risk of trying to buy this coin. I would not use leverage on this coin at all. I would just do a spot buy. And, you know, if you put your stop loss right below the lows for today at 0.002 pennies, you're going to lose 50% of your money getting stopped out below that. But, like, I mean, where would you put your stop loss? I'd probably put it right below the lows for today. And you're risking 50% of your money, so you could lose half your money being in this meme coin here. But if this thing can climb back up to where it was yesterday, let's just look at that real quick here. If we can climb back up from where we are right now to where we were yesterday, it's a 500% gain. Are you kidding me? You do not need leverage. You just need to spot trade this thing. But you're risking like 50% to try and get 500%. Kasabi is asking about XRP. We did take a look at XRP. I can tell you quickly off the bat, targets, the upside for XRP is between $1.67 and $1.75 when we look at the XRP chart. And the downside target is XRP needs to stay above $1.11 or it could get really bad out there. Thank you, Olivia, for following me here on TikTok. Thank you, Austin, for following me, and thank you, Yuso, for following me here on TikTok. Lauren Zai says, why did the US oil go down? You were about to trade it? I don't know. I mean, did it go down some more? What is oil doing right now? It's at 88 bucks. I think we saw oil at like $86 earlier today. It went down. To answer your question, why did US oil go down? You gotta pay attention to the news. There's a bunch of countries around the world that have like 1.2 billion barrels of oil. G7 countries out there. America is one of those countries, and they're talking about releasing the oil from the strategic reserve around all these countries out there, and they're talking about releasing like 400 million barrels of oil in the next few weeks here. So that put a damper on oil. We saw oil at like 119, 120 bucks. Look at oil real quick here. But yeah, we saw oil get up to like $119 on Monday morning, and then drop down to like 80 bucks later on that day. Got down to $76 yesterday. But I think, you know, until we start seeing that oil actually showing up in the market, I think oil will try to climb back up to like the $90. Well, I got a 618 and a 6.5 golden pocket say that we could see oil get up to like $94, $97 all over again here. But yeah, trading oil, it seems like oil's been doing a lot of volatility where it's going up and down like $10 a day. So I would, you know, that's like a 10% move. So I would use low leverage trading oil, and I wouldn't be using too much leverage because we've been getting like up and down 10% moves on a day-to-day basis here for oil. I can always look at oil again, but you know, upside targets for now for oil is like $94, $97, that golden pocket there. Downside target, $78. $78, that red number right there, is a level that acted as resistance back here in June of last year, and also around like October of 2024. So $78 is your support level for oil right now. That's why, you know, yesterday we went down below $78, but we didn't stay down there for too long. We went down to $76, and then we ended the day at like $86. Alright, moving on from oil. We gotta take a look at Tau, and then we'll take a look at Plume. Yeah, DZ, I got you. You said dogging me. Oh wait, that might have been an old comment there. I'll try to do dogging me before I end the live stream here. But let's look at Tau now. Tau USD. Bit sensor. Currently trading at $200 right now. We do got a 50-day moving average right above us. I expect that to act as resistance initially at 225. So this thing might have another 10% move up in price before we get rejected off this green line here, this 50-day moving average. Let me get rid of this previous chart work here. I'm going to pull up the VRVP indicator here to see what levels to look for here on Tau. So this is the VRVP indicator here off on the right, and it's showing you the majority of people bought Tau at this blue line here at 178 bucks. That is going to be your support area to the downside if you ever go down to lower prices there. We also got a 21 EMA. This white line is hanging out at $182. I think that's going to be a good support area too. Alright, yeah. Man, I'm still sick here, guys. Let's see. I think I got maybe like another 20 minutes, 30 minutes of energy in me before I want to call this live stream a decent live stream and call it, you know, call it a good live stream. Because I don't know if I have the energy to do another hour here. Let's see. Someone says long or short. I don't know. What do you want, long or short? What are you talking about, long or short? My TikTok guy here. He's saying long or short. Not sure what you're trying to long or short. Tau. We're looking at currently Tau. Would I long or short Tau right now? Well, I gotta look at the momentum. Are we gonna have the momentum to go to higher prices here for Tau? I'm gonna look at the MACD indicator, and it looks like the MACD indicator is looking pretty good and strong here. Blue line above the orange line, and you got buying pressure. Buying pressure is steadily increasing again here. So I think Tau wants to go up to like 225. Let's look at those targets, the upside targets. I think 225 was the target I picked here for the 50-day moving average. You do got a little bit of high volume here at 238, so I think between 225 and 235, 225, 235, or 238, that's a good area to take some profit on Tau. That's to the upside here. I already gave you downside targets. Downside targets like $1.82, and then the point of control at I'm sorry, not $1.82, $182 and $177 here for Tau. Those are your downside targets here. I think Tau actually does want to go up to higher prices here. We'll probably get knocked down by that 50-day moving average initially. And if we do push up, I think 235 is your target to the upside. And that's the target, basically. This is where we were trading out sideways here at 235 back here in January. And for anybody that bought here, they might be anxious to like sell and break even at 235. So I think that's going to be a resistance area for Tau. Alright, moving on from Tau, let's take a look at Dog and Me, and then we'll take a look at Plume. Dog and Me currently trading at 0.00019. I'm just going to call that 1191 here. We're trading at 1191. We're up 6% here. And I'll keep the VRVP indicator here because it's still a useful indicator to have. Very, very powerful indicator to be using. Put a control. The majority of people that bought Dog and Me over the last few months, they bought it at like 1100. Alright, we're at 1191 right now. So that's going to be your support area initially. If we ever do come down to lower prices here, I think 1100. You try to scoop up some Dog and Me at that area. But upside targets, if we are able to push up to higher prices, we're looking at maybe 1350. It's going to be a resistance area. You can see that we bet up to 1350. Even like yesterday, we were at like 1374, but we couldn't stay above it. Same thing here on February 21st. So 1350, I would put a sell limit order there because that could happen while you're sleeping. All right, or if you're away from a computer, it might hit that area and then come back down again. And at least you can take profit at 1350 on Dog and Me. So that's what I'd be looking for a target to the upside here, DZ. Another target to the upside. If you want to stay in Dog and Me a little bit longer, you can try to target that 50-day moving average sitting at 1530. That's where I would try to take the majority of my profit. If I haven't taken profit at 1350, I would definitely take profit at 1530 because I think that 50-day moving average should act as resistance initially until you're able to punch past that and go up to the higher levels here where you got the 100-day and the 200-day. I'm not sure we're actually going to go up to that 100 or 200-day because Dog and Me has been in a bear trend, right? It's been in a let me get rid of everything in it, but it's been down and to the right on Dog and Me, and just getting up to the 50-day moving average has been a problem. Never mind getting up to the 100 or the 200. Looks like back here in October, you did get up to like the 50 and the 100, and then that didn't last too long either. So I would like flat out take a profit if we ever get to that 50-day moving average at 1530, and then 100-day moving average at 1880. I think you're really pushing your luck here. But if you get this chance and the opportunity to sell at 1880, I would try to sell there too. Dog and Me. But that's almost like a 80 or 90% move up in price. Look at this. Going up to that 100-day moving average. Oh wait, never mind. It's like a 60% move up in price, but still, that's a pretty decent gain. I think you're more likely to just get up to that 50-day moving average, a 30% gain from where you are right now. And I know you trade leverage, DZ, so you can stop on 10x leverage to make that 300%. If that's what you're trying to do here. Kasabi, I appreciate the request, H-Bar. I don't know if I got the energy to do it, but I'll try. I am sick this week, and I got hit really hard yesterday, and then today is almost just as bad as yesterday, if not worse. So I still got to take a look at Plume and an RDDT. Maybe I might be able to squeeze you in on H-Bar. Appreciate the request though. If you guys want to have me analyze your coins, you can actually go on to the Meet Damien Discord. I have a Meet Damien Discord for my TikTok guys here on TikTok. If you're able to click on this link here, that's the Discord link, free to join. But if not, you can click on the link tree there. Click on that link, it'll take you to the link tree, and then you click on the Meet Damien server, free to join, and you'll be able to join the Meet Damien Discord where we can talk about these coins when I'm not live streaming, and I got a little bit more energy to actually analyze the coins. But yeah, let's get back in the charts here again. Let's see. We gotta look at Plume and then RDDT. Alright, so Plume currently trading at 0.0122 pennies. This is data coming from Coinbase Exchange. I don't really have that much data. I wonder if I can get another exchange here that has more data. Let's see what is like Binance, or yeah, Binance probably has more data. Yeah, Binance definitely has more data, yeah. And I have previous chart work here. Alright, so let's readjust the chart here. Okay. Plume down 6% today almost. I did analyze this coin, I believe, yesterday, and I mean, I think I was trying to look at potential bullish divergence here on Plume, right? Let's see what the RSI is showing here. So I got the RSI indicator, this red line here, showing that there's higher lows being formed here after making lower lows on the price. That should bullish divergence there. Showing that the buyers are stepping in at these low prices. They do like these low prices here. So that's good to see. That's the beginning of trying to bottom out here. And Plume, if it is going to go to higher prices, I would expect rejection off the 50-day moving average at 0.014 pennies here. Let's see, we actually did get up to like 0.014 pennies. We got up there on Sunday. Okay, but if we go back up there again, I think there could be a potential double top that could get formed, and then we go down to lower prices on Plume. But if Plume's not going to go to lower prices here, we do got some fib extension levels to look for up above ahead of us. There's the 1272 at 0.016 pennies, and then there's the 1618 at 0.018 pennies. I mean, I don't even know why I measured this out, but this is saying that, you know, we could see Plume go up to 0.022 pennies. And I think that was just looking at previous price action here. We had previous price action in November and December of last year where we were at, you know, basically 2 pennies. I think that's another target to the upside as well. But does Plume have the momentum to actually go up to higher prices? You are kind of like consolidating here. Potential bull flag being formed here. Let's look at the momentum indicators here to get an idea of what the trend is. So there's buying pressure here, but the buying pressure is starting to die down. If it continues to die down, you're going to start seeing lower prices. But I think, you know, while the buying pressure is dying down, it might continue going up to higher prices. I think we could revisit 0.014 pennies here on Plume, make a double top, and then go down to lower prices. That's what I think is going to end up happening here. We're going to probably double top here, hit that 50-day moving average, like, you know, first time in a long time here, and then actually get rejected and go down. Unless Bitcoin's going to go up to higher prices, and then, you know, if Bitcoin goes up to like 80K or even 90K, then you'll see Plume probably shoot up to like 2 pennies here. But targets to the downside, if this thing does go down to low prices here, I mean, you got Fibonacci levels to look out for here, but I try looking for some influence here where like the moving average is agreeing with the Fibonacci level. I think we could see a 0.236 Fibonacci retracement down to a penny, and you also got the 21-day May at a penny. So I think a penny is your downside target on this asset here. All right, so that's Plume. Let's go ahead and take a look at RDDT. And then maybe I can fit in H-bar in there. RDDT. Reddit? Oh, we're looking at stocks now? Okay. I can take a look at Reddit for you guys. So we're looking at Reddit. Currently trading at $137. Up 2.2% today. On the daily time frame here, because why not? You know, get the bigger picture view here. Reddit, what are you doing, Reddit? Oh my god. First of all, let me get rid of this Fibonacci. I don't think this is useful anymore. But Reddit was having some good... Oh my god, what the hell happened to it? That's me. Reddit? What have you done here? You see like $250 here on Reddit in January, and you're now down to $137. Did they have like a bad earnings report? What the hell happened here? Earnings was pretty good. The last quarter that they reported, they had a beat on earnings and a beat on revenue. So why is Reddit down? I have no idea. Can someone please explain to me why Reddit stock is down? Because yeah, you lost the moving averages here. You lost the 200-day, which in my opinion that puts you in a bear market. But you know, in stock market world, they consider a bear market anything below 20% from the all-time highs or the highs for the year, and you're definitely below 20%. And now you're just creating potential bear flag, maybe. Are you bottoming out here? You're trading at the same price that you were trading at back here in July of last year. But are we bottoming out? Do we get some bullish divergence showing up here? I'm a little bit curious now. Let's look at the RSI indicator. You got potential higher lows here after making lower lows on price. So I think Reddit is getting a little bit of bullish divergence showing up here on the chart. I mean, the bullish divergence was definitely there when you saw lower lows here on the price. And then, of course, you had higher lows here on the RSI. So that was the bullish divergence, showing that buyers were stepping in at these levels here. Let's see, money flow. What is money flow doing here? Money flow is still in the negative here. And you got a red sell dot that came in on last Friday. I don't know. Reddit might still want to go down to lower prices. Let's look at the MACD indicator here. Yeah, buying pressure dying down still. It's been dying down since the middle of last week. I think what could happen here is Reddit could make a lower low again. And maybe when it makes that lower low, maybe you'll see another higher low here on the RSI. Indicating more bullish divergence. But yeah, I think Reddit could go down to lower prices one more time here. If it does, maybe we come down to the lows here at 127 bucks, but could we go lower than that? Let's see, BRVP indicator here. We got a point of control at 113 bucks. That blue line right there. I'd be putting in some bid orders there to see if you get filled for 113, 114 bucks here on Reddit. Because that is your next support level. If you can't hold 130 bucks. You're gonna probably come down to 114 bucks. Yikes. Alright, so that's Reddit. Now let's see if we can take a look at HBAR. And then that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you guys want to see me go live again, I'll be trying to go live same time tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And then come join the Beat Damien Discord channel. It's free to join. Rub elbows and talk to the other day traders and investors that are on the Beat Damien Discord. We've been talking about oil a lot. I know I've been, but some of the guys that are talking about altcoins and yeah, I'm looking to get some more people that are interested in stocks though, because I do trade stocks. I gave out like a little bit of a stock tip for those who are interested in what's going on in the Middle East. I think there's an ETF for the stock market, guys. OIH is a ticker symbol for the oil services ETF, and it has like Halliburton, Schlumberger, Transocean. It has all these oil companies that help build oil refineries, pipelines, and drill for oil. I think that's going to be needed in the next few months with all the destruction they're doing in the Middle East. I think those companies are going to start getting contracts to rebuild those refineries and oil depots and the pipelines. Alright, let's see. Well, now looking at HBAR, which is not related to oil. This is a cryptocurrency. Trading at 9.5 cents roughly. Looking at the daily time frame, we got the VRVP indicator here. The majority of people that bought HBAR over the last few months, they were buying it and selling it at 10 cents here. And that's going to be your resistance because you're below it right now. Get up to 10 cents and punch past that, then maybe the 50-day moving average can act as resistance at 0.109 pennies. This is where I would be looking to take more profit on HBAR. And then I don't know how we're gonna do. You know, I'm expecting a rejection off the 50-day moving average, but if you're able to climb past that, we do got the 100-day moving average, is this light blue line here. It's trading at 0.12 pennies, 12 pennies. That should be another target to the upside for data HBAR. To the downside, we got a value area low sitting at like 0.087 pennies. That should be your support level. And if you lose that, then it could get really nasty out there for HBAR. Yeah, so those are levels to look for HBAR. 0.087 pennies. Right around here where that white line's at is your support level. Resistance, the upside, going to be a penny. That's just like a psychological target as well. And then 0.12 pennies. I'm sorry, did I say a penny? I meant to say 10 pennies. 10 pennies and then 12 pennies is going to be a target to the upside here for HBAR. Just using the VRVP indicator for analysis here. Von Haas says, can I get my opinion on the gold market? I think gold might try to retest all-time highs. Let me just look at that real quick here for you. I mean, you're still in an uptrend on gold. Still making higher lows here. Let me get rid of the VRVP indicator for now. But I think you could retest that $5,500 level there for gold. Let's see, do we got the momentum to do it? Is the momentum there? On the MACD indicator, you got some selling pressure here. You got to see buying pressure show up. You had a little bit of buying pressure towards right before the war began in the Middle East here, and then you got selling pressure that came out of nowhere. I think the gold investors decided to sell their gold and try to buy some oil here instead. I think that's why gold might have went down the last week here, past couple of weeks. But yeah, you're not getting buying pressure here on gold, so I don't know if gold's actually going to go up to all-time highs. If gold's not going to go up to all-time highs again, then you could probably see lower prices, obviously. You got the 618 here at 4,900. Let's see if that holds up. If not, you got probably the 50-day moving average sitting at 4,500 could act as a support for gold to the downside here. And that's it, guys. I am tired. I need to take another nap here. I've had a man flu. My buddy DZ calls it the Spanish flu here, because he knows I like my Latinos. But yeah. Let's plan on going live again tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll take a look at, you know, gold, oil, cryptocurrency, stocks, whatever you guys want to take a look at. We'll take a look at that tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, I wish you guys the best of luck in trading whatever asset you're trading, and you know, try your best to pay attention to what the charts are telling you here, because I feel like you know, if you don't look at the charts, you could get, you know, you could get thrown in for a loop as to why your asset's not doing what you're expecting it to do. But yeah, TA and using the charts is what we like to do here on the Meet Damien community here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Take care.